King Charles and Joe Biden have agreed to put more money into helping the third world move away from fossil fuels rather than ending poverty. Look, we want to give the king a decent run. Yeah. I think he's got many good qualities. But I have to say, when it comes to climate change, he is a full believer, isn't he?
He is, and he's right down the rabbit hole with all of this stuff. And it just seems to me, when Grant Shapps and John Kerry, who's made absolutely millions from all this green stuff over the years, the failed president, obviously, it looks
like Herman Munster.
He does a bit, doesn't he? But sort of thinner.
Yeah, like stretched
on the rack. Maybe Morticia did it. Although that's different, isn't it? That's a different thing. The Addams family's different to the Munsters, isn't it?
Oh yeah.
But they've got a mum that looks the same. Oh well, anyway, yeah, we digress. But it just looks to me like a communist discussion. How can we push out world neo-Marxism? Because they must know that this is nonsense. What they're saying, they know the figures are wrong, and the ultimate goal is taxing us more, restricting us more, making us more dependent on the state, because the less fuel and the less energy we have at a cheap price, the more reliant we are on the government to look after us, whether that be with grants or, benefits or universal basic income or supplying our housing, because we've pushed all the private landlords out of the market. This all looks a bit dodgy to me, this thing.
But I remember I saw Oxfam demanding that we don't trade with Africa because global free trade leads to exploitation of Africa. And I thought, these are people now, deliberately or otherwise, keeping people in the developing world poor. I just, it really pains me. I am worried about pollution. I am worried about the amount of fossil fuel use. I am against just polluting our seas and our air and all that sort of thing. It just worries me when I sit there and I think to myself, we could be putting money into developing the economies of these nations, and in the end, we're giving them wind farms.
Well, they don't want to develop the economies of these nations. They want to keep them poor. I saw a discussion last week. It was on social media where there were people actually debating how they could stop Africans exploiting their own natural resources of coal and gas. Yeah. They were going to pay them to not do it. I mean, why would you do that? Why would you do that? It is just deliberately holding the back.
But it's zealotry, isn't it?
It is zealotry, but it's also keeping people in the Stone Age.
Yeah.
That's what they want us to be in, the Stone Age.
Yeah, and I've quoted this loads of times. Greta Thunberg turned around going, we need to end this myth of perpetual economic growth. Well, that's all right for you, love. Yeah. You're absolutely loaded. You've got a £4 million yacht. Yeah. All right, usage of rather than ownership. Yeah. But I mean, still...
She is a millionaire. Her family, they're millionaire Marxists. And if that isn't a contradiction in terms, I don't know what is.
I've said it before. If my daughter, I haven't got a daughter, but if my daughter came to me and she said, Dad, I can't go to school because I've become paranoid that the planes flying over the school are poisoning me and are going to kill me and I'm going to die an early death as a result of it, I would take her for psychiatric help. I would not run a campaign to ban the planes.
No, exactly.
And that's what's happened with Greta Thunberg.
She's been exploited. We've talked about this before, but she has been exploited, and she's not a little girl anymore.
No, she plays a little girl, but with the juvenile look, the pigtails and all that sort of thing.
Yeah, but there's only so long, and I know this from my own experience, you can get away with that shtick.
Are you telling me that no? Why don't we just not?
Let's move swiftly on, Andre. Although if the lighting's right.